Hello and welcome to the review of Crysis 3. When someone mentions Crysis, what's the first thing you think of? That's right, the amazing visuals. And let me tell you, Crysis 3 doesn't disappoint in that area. Before I continue on the game's amazing visuals, I have to say that this is probably the best looking game on the Xbox 360 so far. Now the reason I say Xbox only is because I still think that the Uncharted 3 kind of holds the PS3 best looking game title, and the PC gamers do have a bit more of a different option when it comes to beautiful games like Far Cry 3, Battlefield 3, and just other couple of great games. But the Xbox definitely just got a new graphic king on the throne. Now, even when I just talk about this game, I can tell you I get extremely excited of how beautiful this game looks. The very first thing you will notice is the power of the Crytek engine, and in the very first level, you will probably see the best train ever made in a video game. Now, even though that is impressive, trust me, the game just keeps looking better and better and better as you progress. At one stage, you will be staring at a huge dam, and I can tell you that I just pretty much stopped and stared, and that wasn't only once, but like every new area you're in, you're just gonna keep staring just for, like in the beginning, just for a couple of seconds, and trust me, you're gonna be asking yourself every time, how the hell did they jump this much in the visuals department? Now, on the visual point of view, you don't have to be a genius to realize that this is a true masterpiece, and it's a beautiful way to introduce us pretty much to the next generation of video games. Now, even though Crysis 3 has some beautiful god-made visuals, that's not the only thing that this game does well. Enter Crysis 3 gameplay. From the very first bullet you fire to every explosive arrow you send flying towards your opponent, you will be fully glued to your TV. The game never felt better. It's not probably, but it is the best Crysis yet. There's still the classic Crysis 2 controls with some extra flavor added on, but most of the times you'll be feeling like you're playing the perfect first-person shooter, and that's not a joke. The gameplay is simply put amazing. Y'all probably saw the signature weapon of Crysis 3 by now, and that's the bow. And bow is just an awesome addition to an awesome game. The bow itself will let you play the game on so many more levels than what you thought possible for a game like this. You can be a bloodthirsty killer like Rambo. Well, you can do that. You want to be a badass silent predator? Go and knock yourself out. And out of this world powerhouse? Sure, why not? This game will let you do pretty much anything from above and more. Another brilliant thing that they did here is they put a tag-along character, Psycho, from the first game. He'll be your companion for a good portion of the game. Now, I'm not usually a fan of another character following me around in a game like this, but they pulled it off so perfectly here. Probably the biggest reason why I like it so much is because of the huge contrast between him and you, aka the Prophet. Now, as a human, Psycho will be barely running. He'll be carefully going over obstacles and avoiding conflict up close. Actually, most of the time he'll be just sniping from afar. Now, while you're a badass powerhouse, you will find yourself running into depths of hell, pretty much squaring off against enemies face to face, without any worries if you're gonna lose or not. And that's that contrast that I'm telling you about. That's what they did so well here. They made you feel more than a human now. You're pretty much the ultimate killing machine. The only bad thing I can say about this game, and that's actually not a bad thing, it's just a personal preference, is that the suit upgrade or the power system. Now, for those of you who played Crysis 1, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, let me quickly explain. It's the option to choose what power you're gonna control, but you lose the ability to control the other powers at that time. For example, you can have super strength, but you cannot have super speed, etc. Now, the suit controls in Crysis 2 and 3 are cool because they let you change powers on the go, and they do wonders for a fast, fluid game, but I don't know, somehow I felt better choosing my own powers like the old-fashioned way. Now again, that's only a personal preference, and it doesn't pretty much take anything away from this game, which, may I add, has one of the best first-person shooter gameplays feels of all time, probably. Now, we ticked off the visuals and the gameplay as the most powerful weapons of Crysis 3 so far. But what about the game though, or the story? Is it any good? And the answer is yes, actually. The story is very good. Starting up as Prophet, who is freed by Psycho and his team, you find out that the Cell organization wants to use the alien technology, and they're pretty much on the brink of taking over the world. And you guess that you're the only one who can stop them. Now, the story, you probably think, oh, I heard it a million times before, or it doesn't do wonders when you actually hear about it, but while playing the actual game, it's more than enough. And I have to also mention that the acting and facial animations in this game pretty much kick ass. Now, if you're still not sure about this game, I have a little story for you. About 4 hours before I'll start doing this review, I was going to the city to buy a Nintendo Wii U. Now, I had the cash ready, just extra couple of $100 for some games, and all that good stuff. And I found out that my wallet was gone. Now, in there was my driver's license, the cash, my credit card, and just some other stupid stuff. Now, surely enough, I was pretty much devastated, and I knew I was gonna do a review today. But guys, let me tell you, I honestly didn't feel like it. I got a pure dose of depression. So I got home, I was pissed as ever, and I just decided to turn on my Xbox and play me some Crysis, obviously. Now, let's just say that it took me about 5 minutes to change my mind and my mood. An hour later, I was filming the gameplay with a stupid little smile on my face, and that's what this game will do to you too. It will put you in a good mood, and that's a very important thing for a game to be able to do. Rarely a game comes that I feel instantly attached to, but this game is actually one of them. If you're wondering if this game is worth walking to the nearest game store and picking it up, the answer is simply put yes. Do yourself a favor, guys, and go get it. You will not be sorry. Now, as for me, I do rate this game a masterpiece and a huge contender for a game of the year. And thanks for watching, guys. Sombrero out.